Hi, I'm meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link on this late Wednesday evening, about 9:30. Clear skies, dry, cool. Feels like autumn and only getting colder tonight. Here we go. Look at this. A freeze warning for most locations. Now, this is a widespread freeze. Temperatures overnight and towards daybreak will bottom out to the upper 20s to low 30s. If you have any potted plants on the deck, if you can bring those in, and if you have time to maybe cover any tender vegetation that maybe you just recently planted. So turning pretty cold overnight, even though temperatures right now, as of the 9 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock hour, it's cool, but I certainly wouldn't call it cold. However, I do expect these numbers to be really dropping off quite a bit once we get beyond midnight and towards 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, with most locations on average getting down to about 30, 35. So the freeze warning is not for the entire area, but rather the areas shaded in purple. But with that said, let me point this out in more detail. So, for example, more than likely, the coastline and around the bay itself probably not getting to near freezing, but this is Washington County, and while it's technically not shaded in purple, there's some rural areas in the northwest part of this county right in here that could very well get to freezing, and that includes not necessarily in downtown Providence, but just to the north and west of the city right in here, even though it's not shaded in purple, may get to freezing. So you get the idea. All around, it's pretty chilly overnight. So that freeze warning overnight, technically it's from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Thursday. On average, low temps down about 29 to 35 degrees. Dry weather now through Friday. We need rain, and we'll get some of it for part of the weekend, unfortunately. And it looks like it mostly Saturday. Sunday would be drier and warmer. Let's take a look at the satellite photo. Look at all this real estate where it's just kind of crystal clear and dry. This is all courtesy of right there, Canadian high pressure now parked over the Great Lakes. It's really a mound of very cool and dry air. So you look at the temperatures just to our north, and you can see how it's been dropping off quite a bit in these areas. Let me try to do that again. In these areas in blue. But it's not just very cool air. It's also exceptionally, unusually dry. These dew points are where are they? Here we go. They're quite low. These are the kind of dew points you get during the fall and the winter. It just means that the air is like desert dry. And rule of thumb, dry air at night tends to cool off more rapidly. So here we are, pre-dawn Thursday, down in the mid-30s. Now sunshine gets to work, and by the afternoon on Thursday, plenty of sun, a dry day. It does get up to about 62, 63. Here we are Thursday night, clear, cool, but not as cold as tonight. And then by Friday afternoon, it's a blend of clouds and sunshine, breezy, milder. We should get temperatures up into the middle 60s. Now, by Friday night, overall, it's relatively quiet. Late Friday night, though, there'll be some fog along the coastline. It's Saturday, we start to see some showers, and it's really coming from two directions. You see one area coming up the coastline, impacting us with some wet weather on, you can see it right here, Saturday morning. This is Saturday morning, 8 a.m. You see another area out across the Great Lakes in the Midwest. That'll come through Saturday evening and into Saturday night. So to get a more detailed look at how the temperatures play out, and let's advance this to about 5 in the morning. And there you go. Generally looking at about 30 to 35 degrees. So that's, in fact, the record for Providence is 35, and we'll come close to that or perhaps even break it. And then notice during the afternoon hours, a decent temperature recovery up to 63, but even that is below average for this time of year. It should be more like 71. All right, sunrise, looking good. Sunshine, cold at 6 a.m. And by 11 o'clock in the morning, we are looking at about 58 degrees. And during the afternoon, it's a nice day, even though it's a bit cool for May. It's bright sunshine, a gentle breeze. It's not quite as windy as it was today as temperatures reach the lower 60s. Bay forecast with unlimited visibility. The wind northwest becoming locally onshore, southwest 10 to 15. Your water temps at 54. Tons of sun at the beach, albeit cool. Our air temperature in the lower 60s, and the water temp generally in the mid 50s. We're dry for Friday. We'll bring in some wet weather Saturday, and then back to dry, warmer weather on Sunday.